Hey YouTube, Jay Kilroy back in the shop with another shop improvement project. We're over at an area of the shop you don't see very often. This is kind of my sawing area, and this is the ever popular DeWalt metal cutting chop saw, along with a generic version of the ever present abrasive saw. What we're going to do today is retrofit this saw onto one of John Saunders' bases for just this type of saw. The base that comes with the saw is pretty chintzy. In this particular case, what I did here is I raised the base of this rigid chop saw so that the DeWalt and the abrasive saw were at the same level, so I could pass work across the top of the DeWalt to get to the abrasive saw. I use the abrasive saw for some complex profiles like unistrut, din rail, certain types of din rail, certain types of items, hardened steel items that you don't want to cut with the carbon blade. So it does come in handy. But for most of my solid stock cutting, steel and aluminum, if I'm not cutting it on the bandsaw here, the LS 2000, then I'm cutting it right here. This is a mighty handy little piece of equipment. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the Saunders base. Well, we're going to take the saw off of the factory base. We're going to set the Saunders base up here and then bolt it down. I am aware that beware, this is temporary, because the clamps for the Saunders base require 8 or 9 inches of vertical space below here, which I don't have. So this is just a temporary mount, but want to go ahead and get this moved over. So let's go with that. We're going to start by taking the saw off the current base. So my able-bodied assistant will bring me some tools. Thank you, baby. I'll bring the camera around back over here, and we'll get to work. All right, it's removed. It's a metric 6mm socketed cap screw, for those that want to know. Go ahead and move this off of here and set the Saunders rest up there. Tell you one thing right off the bat that's kind of nice. The height is the same as the old base, so this would still line up with my abrasive saw if I so had the need. So like I said, this is just temporary right here. So let's get the saw mounted up. All right, there you go. Mount it up. All in all, I will say the design is quite well executed. The main plate here, which is 1/4-inch steel, extends all the way under the back, all the way into the back stop here, all the way back to the underside of the saw. So this is all one piece. Then it is bolted to 2 pieces of channel, and the backstop here is made of very substantial angle iron. It is much more rigid and much more durable of a cutting surface than the factory stand. Gives you a lot more room here. So you see where the factory clamps that John sold me here. I obviously need a little more room here down below in order to utilize the full clamping range. But these are very nice Armor brand toggle clamps, and so very nice addition. Much better than the El Cheapo original clamp here. So that will be going with the factory base. I'm sure I can scrap some parts off of that. That threaded rod on there looks like it's made up for a project. Anyway, it's very nice. This thing's heavy. It is substantial. You know, prepared to put this on a nice heavy-duty base. So, like I said, we're going to build a new base for this, new table for this, so we can utilize these clamps with an in-feed and an out-feed section. So all in all, I'm extremely pleased with the purchase. This is a huge improvement over the factory base. I'm sure that if DeWalt had wanted to deliver the saw with a base of this quality, it would have, you know, probably tripled the price of the saw just out of shipping weight. Anyway, this is a fine addition. If you have one of these saws, you certainly should consider it. Link to John's channel up there, a link to his store down there, and I'm sure this will be getting a great deal of use. I do like the fact that it's very open under here. It makes it easy to get up under there and suck out, vacuum out chips. There are also holes here in the bottom flange of the channel on the front and the back for bolting it down to whatever kind of stand you want to bolt it on. It's certainly not required, right? The stand is more than heavy enough to you know, support the saw, and it's not going anywhere. But yeah, it's very substantial. Of course, in a pinch, given the design of your stand, you could unbolt the channel altogether and just use this top plate with the backstop, and you're still getting the benefit of the base. So anyway, that's a brief little video about a new addition to the shop. That's my second purchase from John Saunders' online store, and so far, extremely pleased with the product. Special thanks today to my guest. Come here, baby. My little girl who helped me today in the shop, tools, and say hi. This is Lauren.
Hello.
And y'all have seen Thomas, otherwise known as Power Feed. So we're going to try to give them both equal time in the shop. So anyway, y'all be safe in the shop, and I'll be back with you soon.